Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Alex Fixes. This time, it is a Nitro Sport, a Traxxas Nitro Sport. We've had a lot of Nitro cars that have been sitting back there for a little while that we're trying to get caught up on. So we've been pretty Nitro heavy these last couple weeks, and almost got it wrapped up. After this is going to be a big one. It's going to be a Revo with a locked up engine, so that should take a while. This one I'm not sure. This just says check over start ? So pretty vague, but we'll dig into it and see what's wrong with it, and hopefully we can get it started pretty quickly and get it out of here for our customer. So tune in, watch the magic, and yeah, we'll stop when we need to. Alright, first troubleshooting moment here for our Traxxas Nitro Sport. And basically what was going on was, after I installed the brand new switch, routed all the wires, I tested it beforehand to make sure everything worked, and had everything where it was supposed to be, and I turned it on. Nothing would happen. I basically would, it's like it lost connectivity or something like that, so every time that I took this little box off, I would see the green light. Well, it would steer, but then it would have no throttle. And then when I put my hand on the 4-cell battery holder, it was getting really hot, like really hot. And so I'm like, okay, well that means something down the line obviously is causing it to do that. So I unplugged our throttle servo here, this 2055 servo, and I just plugged in a brand new standard servo, one of our EcoPowers here. And now I have throttle, and I still have steering, and our battery holder is not getting hot at all. So I'm pretty sure that the throttle servo is toast, and that was causing the batteries to get really hot, some sort of kickback from the servo, causing everything to not function. So pretty sure I narrowed it down. I've left this on for about 10 minutes now, and the battery holder is definitely not getting hot, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So we're going to swap that out, and then put everything back together and keep on going. Okay. So if you've seen any of my other how-to videos that deal with servos, you know how important it is to center the servo, and that's what we're going to do here. If you don't do this, then when you plug everything in, turn everything on, your servo horn could be off by a lot, and it could actually fry the servo from being stressed out too much one way or the other. So what we're going to do is turn the radio on, turn the car on, make sure everything works. And now we'll take our servo horn and make sure that it is on a nitro car. You want to make sure that when it's when the linkage is on, that when you're not giving it gas, that the carburetor is closed, at least to its stop. So that would be right there. We'll give it some gas. Yep, there it is. So it's all the way open. If you guys can see that or not. There you go. See? And now we can put the screw on, and I can unplug this and route it the proper way. But I just wanted to make sure that everything was centered before I got everything else locked down. So let's move on. Alright, one last thing before we get this fired up to fix up. So they wrote that the shocks don't work anymore, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, the shocks seem fine, but there's no screws holding the shocks in place, so yeah, the shocks aren't going to work. Let's get those fixed. Well, these little 1.5s sometimes can be the bane of my existence when it comes to nitro engines. The 2.5 and the 3.3 are pretty robust, and when something's wrong, it's pretty easy to figure out what's wrong with them. These little 1.5s, though, not so much. I've had multiple Nitro Sports purchased out of the box that just won't, the carburetor just won't take fuel. And this one was doing that. So I changed fuel line, and I put a new fuel line in, and it seemed to want to start, but it won't run, of course. Well, here's the culprit. You can see this exhaust is all torn up, so those are some massive air leaks, and of course the engine's not going to run there. So that'll be the next thing that we fix up on this truck, and then hopefully it should run. It did fire up for a quick second, which was better than what it was doing with the old fuel line. I think it was just gummed up. Even though I sprayed it out, it still wasn't allowing any fuel to get into that carburetor. So yeah, we're going to change that out next, and then we'll try to fire up again. Well, it starts. Let's go see if we can get it to run. Well, that's the best we've gotten so far. Now it needs a little oomph. There we go. Got it. All right, another one bites the dust. In fact, we're almost out of nitro cars to fix. We got them pretty much all knocked out this month. So yeah, next time it'll probably be something completely different. That little 1.5 popped a Traxxas glow plug pretty quick. There was a brand new one that was in it. So I put an OS LC3 and seemed to run pretty good. It was still really, really rich, so I probably leaned it by almost a half turn from stock settings, and that's when it finally stopped dying as soon as I gave it throttle. And then what you saw there right at the end was probably leaned it too much, or it lost power, and so I fattened her up by about 2 hours. That's about it. And then it ran like a champ. So pretty happy with how that turned out. A lot of little things in this truck combined to make a big problem, basically a truck that didn't want to run. So glad we got through it. Glad the customer's car is taken care of. In fact, by the time I'm making this video, he's already come and picked it up. So should be really good for him. That's all I got. Thank you guys a lot for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe, like, tell your friends, and we'll definitely make another video for you soon.